Just kept down sweet.
All
Thank
right,
you.
hey guys, what's going on? We are back here at LibCon West. I am Jinx. You are watching Mercury, your home for podcast news. I am dressed as Zoe from K-pop Demon Hunters today. You are not seeing me do my nails live right now.
She didn't just stick something
I
down
did
lip.
not just put something away on my lap. And I have with me Thermo. Thermo is actually my co-host for the
Hi.
show Cost Talk Live, as well as over 1 million viewers or on Instructables.
Uh,
How many do
so
you have
no,
on
my
Instructables?
Instructables is closing in on a quarter million right now. Yeah.
Awesome,
So,
awesome,
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, so you actually was just doing a live demo here at the Glendale Foothills Library. So we are shooting live LibCon West 2025 here at Foothills Library in Glendale, Arizona. And you did a live demo, as you can see the
I
finished
did.
product.
So all of these scars that you see, I did. I got here this morning without any scarification, and then I
and
arrived.
then we had a fight. Oh, just
Yeah,
kidding.
and then
we're
I
nails.
and then we met Derpy, and Derpy didn't like me, and so
Yeah.
no.
But so you actually had a setup in the
I did.
library where people could come and see you do your demonstration. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about the materials that you have with you.
So, since I'm severely allergic to latex, I use what's called a silicone modeling compound. This is a modeling compound that's two parts. So, you take like a little palette like this, and then you get one of your little mixers and think of sculpting, and you mix the bits together until you have something that you can apply onto your face. Um, when you apply it onto your face, you don't need any adhesives, and it cures completely solid. So I can push this and I can press this, and it won't go anywhere, it won't slide off anywhere. It's waterproof as well. So until I peel this off my skin, it is on me.
So how much time do you have before it fully cures to adhere it to yourself?
So before it fully cures, and I'll just kind of show you guys how it looks like boogers. It's kind of gross. It looks pretty gross. And this one has pigment in it. They don't all have pigment. Most of them are translucent, so kind of like this clear here. But you've got about 5 to 10 minutes of working time. So from the minute you've got part A and part B combined and you begin to mix them, you've got 5 minutes of time before it starts to cure. And then after it starts to cure, you have another 5 to 10 minutes depending on how much of the product you're mixing. If it's a small amount, you're looking at closer to 4 or 5 minutes. If it's a lot of a product, you're looking closer to 10 minutes. So when I was applying this, I had 10 full minutes to manipulate the scar on my forehead because I had a lot more product, whereas the one on my chest, I only had 5.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And how would you say is like the technique to apply it to your skin?
That's one thing you're going to have to get used to. If you're not familiar with sculpting, understand that if you can use your fingers, but the problem is the heat from your body can actually cure it faster.
That makes sense.
So as you're applying it, if you're using your fingers, it's going to become tackier faster and you will leave more of a textured look. That's why I prefer to use one of these kind of sculpting tools that you see for any kind of sculpting. You can get them bigger or smaller. It has a curved end on one side and then a flat on the other. So that way I can mix it with the flat side, and on the curved side I can sculpt it onto my face. And because it's a cold piece of metal, it is not curing the silicone faster, and I can play with it better.
So where would you get a tool like this? It looks kind of like a nail file, but not quite.
It's like a smooth nail file.
Okay.
The best place to get it is actually from like Michael's or Blick Art Materials.
So like clay sculpting.
Jerry's Artarama. Anywhere you're gonna have clay sculpting.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. That's
And
good to
they
know.
have ones that are metal. If you're using silicone, do not use a silicone sculpting tool.
Oh,
You
that
need to
makes
use
sense.
a metal sculpting tool or a rubber sculpting tool. Wood works as well, but wood over time, the oils from the silicone will cause it to deteriorate or seal it up more. Depends on the type of wood. I'm still experimenting.
Okay. And then, so when you have it done, what if you make a mistake?
If you make a mistake, the beauty about it is I just typically let it cure and then I peel it right off.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, while we're doing this, while we're talking right now, why don't I just apply a little bit on my hand and then we can talk a little bit about, and then you can see how easy it is to take on and off. It's surprising too, because you would think since it's so simple to take on and off, it would not stay on you. But what it does, silicone feeds into the natural pores that you have. And so it kind of uses it as a small little bit of adhesive, right? So I'm just taking a very small amount here, and I'm going to start mixing it up, and it's really going to look
It's
like
literally like a
boogers.
pea-sized amount.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
also
how do you know when it's done being mixed?
when it starts looking really slimy and but opaque,
like
a bit more
boogers.
opaque. It does look like boogers.
Is it 1-to-1?
It is 1-to-1. So if you're worried about whether or not you have a 1-to-1 ratio, I recommend weighing it. I have been using this for 2 years now, so I just have fallen into the habit of knowing when it looks appropriate. And typically that's why I like to put two little piles on either side and then make sure the sizes look about right and then mess with them there. Plus, if it's a little bit too little, or if there's too little or a little too much, it still cures. It just won't be as solid. It'll be more semi-solid. And some people like that, especially when they're zombies and they want stuff kind of
That's true.
wiggling.
Sometimes you want it to look less perfect, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm just going to put this as like a scar real fast. And you saw how quickly and easily that went on.
Yes.
This, mind you, you will not put it on that quick and easy the first time. It took me about a month to get used to using this product. And that was more of reminding myself about my sculpting techniques and tools.
Cool.
And then you just kind of blend it a little bit into your skin.
So I know this is a little tricky to see on camera, but she's
So,
basically
yeah.
just kind of put like a blob and left it in the
Yeah,
shape that
yeah.
it's in because, of course, you know, natural occurrences like this don't look so perfect, so you
Yeah.
don't need to have it in a uniform shape.
When you get an actual scar, I mean, the one that I put on my chest, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the one that I put on my chest, I glooped it on and then I just smeared it up so it looks like the skin had like a flap, like a bad cut, and they sealed it, but they didn't seal it right. Same thing with my head. You know, I'm a wastelander. I don't think there's very good doctors in the wasteland anymore, unless
mean-
they're working for Vault Tech.
I saw that the leg they put on Dr. Ziggy was not very didn't last very
Yeah,
long.
It didn't last very long at all. But yeah, here we go. Alternatively, too, if you're not comfortable yet with using silicone, those two pots right there combined were $39, and they will last me about a year. And that is with constant application. It could go up to 2 years. I think the shelf life of it, once it's opened, is 48 months. So keep an eye on that. This company is a new company based out of Texas, so it's been nice to actually get something that's...
Oh, there you go.
And it's called Third Degree Silicone Modeling Compound. The company's called Third Degree. Right now, Narrative Cosmetics used to be my favorite, but they've been out of stock for a while because people realized how useful this compound
Yes. So
is.
Narrative Cosmetics used to do only commercial, like industry cosmetics, and then they
Yes.
actually opened up to the public, how long, like a year or two ago?
I think it was about 2 years ago. And Narrative Cosmetics is fantastic. If you can find their silicone modeling compound, it is my favorite. But Third Degree, this is my first time using it. It's been very useful. Plus, I do like that they actually currently have 7 shades on Part B,
nice.
so that it actually blends into your own skin tone. And since I'm pale, I'm like, oh, cool, this looks like my skin, and I don't have to apply much foundation. And by the end of next year, from what I understand, they're supposed to have up to 12 shades. But you can also, if it doesn't match your skin tone, you just get a little bit of silicone pigment and you mix it into Part B, and you've already pre-colored your silicone and don't have to put foundation
Now,
on.
can you put, so if I've got a clean face first and I want to put the prosthetics on, can I add makeup on top of it?
Yeah, so I actually applied this. So I put my foundation on before we got here. I did some of it in the car with
Oh, I
Jinx.
don't know.
And then
I'm asking brand new questions.
yeah, I put the silicone modeling compound over the foundation, and it's still
Okay.
hugging my face. And it really is very tacky, and once it cures, it just locks in.
Cool.
It's kind of like when you get some gum in your hair.
Oh, great.
And you want it to be gone, and you have to go through that slow process of peeling. At least taking this off is easier, but it sticks just as well.
Now, how long does it last? Can you, I mean, if you make something like really big and cool, can you save it and use it again later?
Yes, you can. As long as you're carefully removing it, you can absolutely reapply it. You'll just need to use something like a Prozaid cream or Prozaid liquid. Spirit gum doesn't work very well, so if you don't have Prozaid cream or Prozaid liquid, you can also use something called Silpoxy. It is a silicone-based adhesive that is meant for silicone prosthetics.
So Prozaid, if you guys have not heard of it, is actually an adhesive that's used in the medical field.
yes, and it has a special remover so that if you're worried about it being permanently stuck, it's okay. You just spray this remover on a Q-tip, and then you gently lift, and it just peels right
Because
off.
that will not come off.
No.
I've used it for like gems for characters, and it just will stay.
It stays all day long.
forever.
You can jump into a pool with the Prozaid
Yeah.
adhere thing, and it's not
I
coming
mean, they're
off.
made for people who have lost like ears or nose, pieces of cartilage
Mm-hmm.
or fingers or whatever, and they're using the like
Yep.
silicone or latex prosthetics. But I see you have something else over here.
I did. And I've been leaving it in the sun on purpose.
Oh,
So this
you-
is
on
a good
purpose.
beginner thing. If you're worried about starting with the silicone because it is $39,
And it's more advanced, kind
it
of.
is
to
more
get
advanced.
a hold
If you
of.
want to start cheap and you want to get used to at least sculpting, this is modeling wax. This is what you find at any Halloween store. And yes, you're going to need, once you sculpt it, you are going to need a little bit of glue to put underneath, but you can sculpt it onto your face and then gently lift it with like that little tool that I showed you, put some adhesive underneath it and stick it to your face. Great thing about this is it comes in all kinds of skin colors, And if you don't like the skin color, you start getting it warm between your fingers and then you mix your own foundation into it and it will absorb your foundation color and then you can sculpt it onto your face. So this also, you could build up areas of your face and then use like a tool to peel away bits so it looks like you've got deep grooves, like in deep cuts, so it can be convex or concave. And you just synthetic modeling wax.
And where did you get this?
That was from a special effects box that it came in the box.
You sounded like a mom walking into a teenager's room. Like, where did you get this?
Yeah.
Where did this
my
come from?
mom was so sweet. My mom was like,
Where
want
can I get it?
a Halloween makeup kit. So she got me a Halloween makeup kit from Halloween Makeup Beauty.
Oh, cool.
They also, this is everything they include. They also include silicone modeling compound in there.
Coagulated blood gel.
There's a lot in here that I'm allergic to, so I had to give it away to people. But the great thing about this is it's only $22.
Wow.
And they're all tester sizes. But
Okay.
but it's a great way, except for the synthetic wax. They
That's
gave
a
me
pretty
a
good
big
size.
thing of
So in
synthetic
here
wax.
they've got like sponges and beauty blenders.
And there was more in there, but I'm allergic to it, so I gave it to
Did
people
this come
who
in
aren't.
it? Or is this yours?
Yes, that came
okay,
with it.
this little scalpel weapon thing.
It's a tool for
Sure
getting
it
the
is.
wax at.
Sure.
It-
This doesn't belong in there. No.
Leave my eyeliner alone.
So
I had to be a ghoul, okay? I needed to color my nose.
so since this is wax, and we all know how durable wax is this a one-time use?
No, you can use it multiple times.
I mean the prosthetic that you make.
So the prosthetic that you make, you can use it again, but you have to keep it in a freezer. That sounds weird, but it's
That's
the
pretty
only
hard.
way it survives.
It's pretty hard here in Arizona
Yeah.
where it's consistently
If
90
it's-
degrees.
That is the thing. So the silicone, the synthetic modeling wax, once it gets up to about 110 degrees, it will begin to melt off your face, regardless of how much you've attempted to cure
And
it.
people probably, if you're not from Arizona, you're like, whatever, that's not a problem. It's a problem here.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
a problem here.
It is. So synthetic modeling wax is really good for practicing and getting used to sculpting on your face, on your body, on your hands. It's good for cold environments. Just understand that, like, say you wanted to, those wax warmers? You can put this on a wax warmer for a short period of time. Don't keep it on for long, but long enough to where it's easier for you to manipulate it. Just be careful, obviously, because your hands are important.
Or in Arizona, you just put it under the sun.
And just put it under the sun in Arizona. But there's a lot of things you can do. The other tool that I have in here that I haven't brought out yet is it's here, but it's called a rigid collodion.
You're not going to be able to see this, but it's
Yeah, it's
Maron. Maron makes a lot of body.
Tiny.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll have to put something behind it. If you guys can see that, but Maron makes a lot of body paints and other kinds of special effects stuff.
It's too little.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
too little. But this is called rigid
So,
collodion.
Rigid collodion, yeah. So it essentially, you notice how I've got built-up scars. Oh, I couldn't even remember my scars anymore. I can kind of feel it. And then it kind of goes down into this inset, gross kind of okay, maybe...
It looks like it's sucking in.
Yeah,
your
it's sucking
skin.
in. So that is what it does. Is this dehydrates your skin to create a concave scar. You cannot use it super close to your eyes or your mouth or your nose or any
Don't
kind
need
of area where you're going to be eating or drinking or essentially you have to be very careful where you're placing it. It is toxic, so you will need to test it on the underside of your arm to see if your body can handle it. It's not the kind of toxic that you're gonna die. It's just, hey, it's like nail polish remover. If you use too much of it, you can get sick, so you have to use a very small amount.
I mean, this is why the bottle is this small.
That small
right?
bottle is I think $13, and I have to, anytime I do a ghoul, I use an entire bottle. So I'm at least spending $13
wow.
anytime I'm doing a full. But the ghoul look lasts I wear it for almost 16 hours. So I'm going all day long in that, and I have no problems with it.
So that's a great way to make scars, and I think people don't realize how easy it is to make scars when all you got to do is just brush this over your
it's
face.
just a
couple
little bit
times.
of an expensive way to do it.
Right.
But it lasts all day long, and it looks gruesome. And because of the fact that it's dehydrating your skin, it pulls on your skin like an insect scar would.
So the ingredients say ethyl ether, SD alcohol. Oh, great. Lots of fun.
everything
Other
meant to-
things I don't
yeah,
know.
dehydrate.
3C alcohol denat nitrocellulose. flammable. So how do you remove this from your skin?
So what I like to do is I like to rub an oil, like a makeup removing oil or coconut oil, into my skin
Okay.
to loosen it up.
That
and
helps
then,
probably rehydrate it.
yeah, and then you peel.
Okay, that
That's
sounds
the
like
only way to
fun.
remove it. So if it's not if it's like not moistened enough with the oil, it feels like taking duct tape off your skin.
Oh, great! Hope you shaved.
So if you've got hair in your face, pull down instead of up.
No, that is kind of something that I think is often lost when people talk about like special effects. And I
Yeah.
do this because I'm just a hairy monster. But I will dermaplane
And
or
see,
I used to,
I don't at
well,
all.
I can see the fuzz on your
Yeah,
face though, so
yeah.
it must hurt. But like me, I before cosplay, I will dermaplane or I used to get my face threaded. So a lot of that stuff wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
But would you suggest somebody doing that before?
I
or-
would recommend it. I don't dermaplane just because
Well, people can be sensitive
the
to it.
people in my skin's very sensitive already, so I'm somehow lucky that this doesn't bother me. But pretty much all I can use is silicone and sometimes this, and I do limit this. Like I only use this once or twice a year. So I've done some bool makeups now where I alter how I'm going to show my shrunken face because wearing this too often will cause hives to break out for me.
Will it make your whole head shrink over time?
That'd be kind of.
I mean, is that why your head is smaller than the average human?
I don't have hair.
She also has a small head.
I do actually have a small.
So, okay, so you're not done when you're putting on the silicone. Because
No.
if you just put it on, it's just a bump,
Right, and so
right?
it's already cured. I mean, we've been only talking a few minutes, but it's already cured, right?
But now what? How do we make it look real?
So when you make it look real, you just apply some, like all I did for these is I just applied some foundation and then I shade, like if I put it in a light and I see where the shadow naturally casts and I just add a little bit of like a contour powder, like I add contour powder to see
Okay.
where.
Now, for people that don't know makeup, can you kind of talk a little bit
So
about
you're
where
going to
to
go
start?
3 shades darker than your skin, and you're going to add shadow underneath it, and then you're going to blend it out. Then you're going to go 2 shades darker than your skin, blend it out, and add a little bit on top of the scar itself.
So would you suggest powder then?
Powder is the best way because you
Okay.
can blend it easier. You can also do cream, but
Okay.
cream will transfer, so just be careful there.
So these you can kind of find. You can find them in like drugstore,
Everywhere, yeah.
or even like dollar store. If you're just
Yep.
going to use it for like your scars, and you don't necessarily need it to be super super pigmented, you can find these palettes at dollar stores, or you can find them at drugstore brands. That would probably help
Yeah,
too.
100%.
And if you're ready to go, more professional, you can buy those palettes.
Yeah, I have like alcohol-based ones. So if I know I'm going to be wearing something for 16 hours, I'm using alcohol-based makeup.
What
in
is
Arizona.
this that you have here?
So
this
this
palette.
is Narrative Cosmetics. I mentioned it earlier. The top of it's dirty. I'm sorry. But Narrative Cosmetics, and these are just I spray it with 99% isopropyl alcohol. It is the only one that activates it, and then I use brushes to apply it on, or I can use a sponge, or I can use just anything that you could use your hand to. Just understand it's going to pick up on your fingerprints. But yeah, it's one of the few alcohol-based palettes that exist right now that are like you don't have to airbrush.
So standard body painting materials are what? Like usually cream, right?
Most people are using cream. It's what you see at like Spirit Halloween or any of the Halloween stores or party stores. You're going to see those little circle palettes, or it's a square and it has
Or
multiple
grease,
colors.
right?
Or
They
gre-
call
yeah,
it grease,
grease or
cream.
paint. Yeah.
Now those can be great if it's maybe like just for a couple hours, or there are a lot of other things that you can do with the grease or the cream paint.
but
Most common.
test yourself.
Definitely test your skin, but most commonly what you'll see for like face painting, like at the fairs that kids do, that's all water-based. So when Thermo talks about like alcohol-based, what's the difference between, so water-based you can find anywhere, right? They're just these water palettes, you just put water, brush, and then you have the colors. So what's the difference between water and alcohol?
So water-based makeup obviously is activated with water. So that means as you sweat or if it rains, your water is being reactivated and taken off of your body. Whereas with alcohol-based paint, it is only activated with 99% IPA, 99% isopropyl alcohol. I don't think it rains alcohol. I haven't seen anyone sweat it.
When it does, I don't want to
It's
be alive.
impressive if someone sweats it. Probably not good for them, but if they can sweat alcohol, okay. So really the only way to remove it is if you are using alcohol on your skin, which means you can go swimming in it, you can go in the ocean, you can sweat like crazy.
So it's definitely a more advanced material. I would probably, I mean, unless you're Thermo and you start cosplay with leather, but if you're starting, face paint, body paint, alcohol is going to be more advanced because there's also techniques on how to layer them. And then people have started to use like both, right? Because I know you use both water and alcohol in certain areas because they do different things, right?
Yeah. So there are some instances where the water-based makeup is going to go around my eyes because it's safer. I
Right.
never put alcohol-based makeup around. Like I don't anywhere around my eye, the under eye or the over eye. Don't put it there because it runs the risk of getting into my tear duct or in my eye itself, and that
Yes.
is painful.
Yeah, definitely don't like hurt yourself for cosplay.
I
We
also don't
say
put it
that.
near my nose because there's no guarantee that it won't accidentally end up in your nostril. So I usually do hyperpigmented eyeshadow or water-based on the underside of my nose.
Okay.
Yeah, most people, the underside of your nose doesn't really sweat usually. So
Mine does.
my
upper
like
lip?
well, upper lip, but not like like right underneath the nose. I've never had
What
my
a
nose
weird-
like sweat.
I don't think I've ever had that part of my nose sweat
Yeah.
either. Are there pores there?
They're pores. That's the only part.
The
No.
only part. Wow,
Only
what
part
a,
of the
what
body
a
that's not-
unique problem.
But yeah, there are some areas, especially in my ears too. Alcohol-based makeup removing from the ears is really difficult, so I tend to put water or eyeshadow because it comes off a little bit
So
easier.
safety first. Always test areas on your skin. What are the test areas that you recommend?
All right, so the test areas I always recommend with the underside of your arm.
Oh, I got my GT.
And if you
Are we
have-
showing off tattoos.
Yeah, you have underside of your arm, and then behind the ear. And if you don't have any reactions to those two areas, you should be safe on your face. Now, if you're going to apply fully on your body, you're going to test it on your inner thigh first,
Ooh.
and then you're also going to test it on your underarm. And
Ooh.
also, if you're doing alcohol-based paint, you never, ever, ever paint your armpits because they need to breathe.
Oh, that's right, because it closes up.
You'll
all
pass
your-
out.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, I've had friends that have passed out because they've been painted head to toe and they painted everything.
Wow.
And the minute we removed the makeup from their armpit, they were fine. Like they started
Okay.
feeling so much better because it's a you don't think about it, but the top of your head and your armpits are essentially like zones of heat,
Yeah.
like emission and stuff like that. And so when your skin can't take in temperature or release it, yeah, we need to off gas.
Crazy. That is crazy. Now you wouldn't have that problem with water, but then again, water paint will start to erode wherever there's friction.
Right, exactly.
right?
And alcohol-based paint can erode where there's friction as well. So if you're wearing armor that's really heavy, it can slowly strip off the paint. It's not as much, but I still recommend if you're going to wear heavy armor and have a character that is fully head to toe a different like alien color, then make sure you are doing stockings or some kind of power mesh instead.
Okay. Yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah.
So out of all of these
Oh, hang on.
material,
Hang on a minute.
she's gonna. Wow, she's peeling off her scar, y'all. So it's basically just silicone, right?
Yeah, and I could reuse that. I mean, I
Okay.
didn't get enough, and I just have a little bit here left, so I'm sorry I'm shedding on your ground.
Oh no!
I shed on the
Get
ground,
out of here.
but now it's gone. And that is how easy it is to remove this. However, unless I peel it, it will not come off. So like
Okay.
it is, I have had it catch on things, and it will get a little floppy. Like I was doing my ghoul and I got it too close to my lip, and I ate food and it got caught on one of the food pieces and it got a little floppy, but it stayed. Did not go anywhere until I finished peeling. It would not come off.
Okay. Well, that is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all of that stuff. Oh, we have a question from the audience.
Yeah.
The silicone here, can you use it to make a mold?
So the question is, can you use the silicone to make a mold? You can. I would recommend, you can use this to make a mold, but if you're going to make a mold, I would actually recommend using Platinum Cure silicone by Smooth On, just because it comes bulk and it costs a little bit less. You get a lot more and you'll have more space to make a mold. So it's essentially the same. So this is pretty much, it is, if I recall correctly, this is Platinum Cure silicone, but it's had additional compound added to it so that it cures faster. I can't remember what it is. I'll have to look it up because that is a great question. I really do not remember what it was. But they made it to where you can sculpt it directly onto your body. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, if you really wanted to, if you wanted to make something real fast, like you're desperate, something went wrong, and you needed a little tiny mold, you could make a mold out of this.
Okay.
You could absolutely do that. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Trying to keep it from the sun
Oh,
because
yeah. The sun is moving.
the sun will mess with
seriously,
it'll age silicone faster.
The sun
basically.
is very, very aggro here in Arizona. Super
This is
aggro.
okay, but that
Yeah.
that needs to stay. It has a little. We have a little bag for it over at Jinx's booth.
All right. So, what would be your main tip for somebody who's interested in starting to make their own prosthetics and special effects?
So if you want to make your own prosthetics, the big thing you need to learn first is sculpting. You have to learn the basics of sculpting, and you don't want to start with big 3D components. You want to start with 2D components, something
Okay.
smaller, like a little scar or a little ornament things so you can get familiar with how to create shapes or recreate them from memory or observation, and then move into 3D. Additionally, if you are going to go with making your own custom prosthetics, you will need either a 3D scan or cast of your own head.
Oh, and that's not, you've done that.
I have
That's
done the
not
3D
fun.
cast. I physically cannot handle it being all over, like the slump that you have, the slush cast rubber that you have to cast on yourself is so overwhelming as it cures, and it's suffocating.
It's definitely an advanced technique that you
Yeah.
would need a lot of help with.
So if you don't feel comfortable with having your face and your eyes and your nose, everything covered with just 2 little straws basically
can't.
coming out of your nose or your mouth, then I recommend the 3D mapping. They are doing 3D mapping now, and then you can have your head 3D printed.
Cool. I want my head 3D printed.
Yeah.
Do you think people will buy it? Yeah.
If it's dressed like Zoe.
Do you, any of your cosplays, do you have like masks or like other things that you wear?
So the question
Yeah.
is, with any of your cosplays, do you have masks?
You can make your head and then the accessories to go with it.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's a
exactly.
great point. If you do have a 3D model of your head, other than silicone makeup or creating your own custom prosthetics, you can actually create masks on it. You can get better at, like, if you wanted elf ears, you could sculpt them out of foam clay and then encapsulate it.
That's a really
in-
good idea because I
Yeah.
cannot seem to get any of these generic elf ears to fit my ears.
Yeah, I have a hard time with it. You can actually sculpt your own elf ears, and you could glue the foam to yourself if you wanted to. But there's these things called encapsulation beads, and you can paint siliconized rubber over the foam, and then create something that you could use acetone to blend directly into your skin, so it looks like the ear is flawless.
And that is episode 2
yes.
of special effects makeup
I'm
with
going
Thermo.
I'm going to do this on Cause Talk Live because I'm currently experimenting with it, and once I've mastered it, I will do a demo so that all of you can learn too.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us here with Thermo AZ. Thermo, where can people find you?
So right now I've been focusing heavily on Instructables, so you'll be able to find me on Instructables.com. It's where all my tutorials are, and I'm also on YouTube with Cause Talk Live. So I'm primarily, you're going to see me on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram at Thermo_AZ.
Awesome, awesome. And again, Thermo is my co-host on our show, Cost Talk Live. We are doing a break you're doing a break from gaming
I'm coming
for
back
the holidays.
on January 1st.
There
I
you
will be doing
go.
as long as I can handle stream of Mass Effect 3.
Okay. I'm gaming
A
right now.
marathon.
Every Tuesday, just kind of hanging out, and we also are going to be bringing back Jinx Unstitched in the new year, and Amber Bright Props is doing every other Thursday. She will be doing it again,
And
not
then
next
we'll
Thursday, but the
probably
Thursday
bring back
after
our
that.
craft crunch too, since we're going to begin crafting some more.
Right.
I mean, Jinx and I have an evil plan too, so WonderCon, here we come.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. I am Jinx again, and you're watching Mercury, your home for podcast and pop culture news. We are here live at LibCon West here in Glendale, Arizona. So if you've never been here before, check it out, but you'll have to wait till next year. But
No,
we'll
they
see you
can
there.
They still have some time. They got
Okay,
some
yeah,
time.
you still got some time. Come on down here.
Come on.
Foothills Library, Glendale, AZ.
What time is it?
It's 12:45.
It's 12:45. We
Till
still
3
got like
o'clock.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
All right.
Right? Yeah.
Come on
Yeah.
by and see us. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in a bit.
Bye, everyone.